I'm allergic to the burbs. I like the city, I like the countryside, but that stuff in between drives me nuts. I remember when the scourge first came to Winnipeg, place where I grew up. My cousins moved to Bluebell, or was it Dahlia? My best friend Sid and his family, they moved to, was it Daffodil? I don't know. I love their creaky old brown ramshackle of a place near Boyd in Maine, but I know they felt that moving to Garden City, as all these places are called, was a big step up for them. Sid's father was very proud of himself, and his mother loved the ultra modern kitchen of the 1960s. She and Sid's sister loved to sing, and I encouraged them every time I was in their house, which completely drove my friend Sid crazy. Sonny, the youngest brother, was treated by the entire family like he was some sort of orphan runaway and had just accidentally fallen through the screen door. Sonny hid night and day in the basement and played his drums, and when he became a really good professional jazz drummer, they stopped telling him to shut up. Recently, I had occasion to meet someone over coffee for some business. He asked me to come to his community. I believe it was called Maple Grove. Now, I'm certain that there is a Maple Grove in Pennsylvania, Montana, Louisiana, and almost every other state and province in North America. They all sport brick, well, not real brick, but brick-facing townhouses in perfect rows, shopping centers with all the national brands, and boulevarded roadways. You cannot walk anywhere. The automobile rules, or in this case, the SUV, which isn't an automobile, it's really a truck disguised as one. The late great folk singer and social advocate Pete Seeger used to sing a marvelous little number called Little Boxes. The opening verse went something like, "Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky little boxes, all the same." I think this song was inspired by Daly City, south of San Francisco, but it could have sprung forth from 1,000 similar communities that all look remarkably alike, and each of which seems to have been assembled by Lego toys or an IKEA kit. In rural areas, I'm happy to sit and do nothing but listen to the birds and the frogs. I've stayed many times at the farm, the 5-acre site of a friend of mine on Salt Spring Island called Deer Run Farm. And he used to make this joke that the deer there were very smart because they could read the sign. Walking by a lake, river, or ocean, or swimming when the time is right are great joys. What is more magical than picking raspberries or strawberries for your morning cereal? But the city is mostly where I hang my collection of ridiculous hats. I have always lived not in the core of the city, but always just outside a 5 or 10 minute car or bus ride to the center. I've always lived in green leafy neighborhoods, Vancouver, Edmonton, Ottawa, Toronto, where large grocery stores, small family-run fruit and veggie shops, drugstores, cafes, restaurants, banks, doctors, dentists, bookstores are all within strolling distance. Even when I travel, I live in lively, civilized districts with access to all my outside needs. I will not drive to a strip mall or a so-called shopping center. I don't want to do that, sorry. I want to walk, I want to run into people and chat for a moment with little kids and dogs. Pickle. I know that the housing market is completely out of touch and on the moon. However, I still believe that price is the last reason to decide where you should live. Choose the real life, and it cannot be found in the bungalows of the burbs. Sorry.